Hey everyone, back again. Yeah, so I just got off of chat here with Tyler about requesting my MCO, MSO, and I paid for Express. Now, it says title request forms filled out to take 2 to 3 weeks for the title to arrive to your address. Now, when you do the title request, you have two options: standard and express. Standard says 2 to 4 weeks. Express says 1 to 2 weeks. I paid the extra $10 for the express because I'm going to be daily driving this, and in order to even insure it, my insurance requires it to be registered with the state properly. Even if I'm just doing it for off-road, it has to have a registration for it. I can't do that without the MSO, so I can't even insure it. And right now, I've got insurance payments coming out in like 3 days, and I was hoping to get this in before the insurance came, because then I have to jump through hoops with my insurance to get it set up. And it's like, all I want to do is contact the insurance, be like, okay, here's the vehicle, here's the VIN, here's the registration number, drop the truck insurance and swap to the motorcycle insurance. It's a quad, but it falls under motorcycle insurance for my insurance company, because that's all they have. Because it is listed as a power sport vehicle, but it is registered with a motorcycle tag, so it has to be insured as a motorcycle. So it's a bunch of stuff. But he's like, if you have questions about your MCO, contact customer service. And it's like, I did that on the 25th of last month, and they didn't respond because I had put in a complaint about the shipping company not contacting me before the delivery. Like, luckily I was home, but I was literally getting dressed to leave, and I was in the living room getting like my hat and stuff ready to go out the door, and it's like, knock knock knock. I open up the door. Hey, I'm so and so with shipping. You have an item. What? I was supposed to get called. Oh yeah, I know, but we had it there, and we had another item that was supposed to be delivered to the area, so I figured that I'd just bring this along too. Well, you didn't set up a pickup or a delivery time with me 24 hours in advance like you're supposed to. So it's like, I filed the complaint. They didn't reach back to me. But one thing that I want Tribal Motorsports to do is alter this to when you fill out this form, it should send an email to the person filling it out and to the person that's supposed to receive it, acknowledging the request has been made. Because currently, if you fill out this form and you fill it out, it just pops up a piece right here saying, thank you for your request. That's all you get. When you fill this out, they should send a copy of the request form filled out to you saying, thank you, we received your request, and then all the information that you filled out on this. That way you could be like, oh, hey, something, I should call them because I have to update this, or I missed a letter here. I know accidents happen, but they should send you a copy just in case. And to acknowledge that it has been physically sent. It has been sent in. It should have one copy sent to you. Thank you for filling this out. Thank you for putting in the request. That's what it should do, but they don't. So I'm telling you, Tribal, change this slightly. Just it'll help your customers. It'll help you, people, especially if you do it so that the requests are numbered. Like it'll send a request like request number, Q38527X. And then people will be like, okay, I sent in the request. Here's the request number. And then you guys can pull it up and say, okay, we got the request number. Yeah, we did receive the request. It has been sent in. We're waiting. That way there is a tracking system in place for everything. Because you've got tracking for the vehicles. You've got tracking for everything. But you don't have tracking for this. I send in the request, the people say, oh, I sent in the request, and that's it. But there's no tracking of the request itself. There's no information given. You just give a name and then they look up the name. But if there was a better process, then this would work better. Also, if the regular is no different than the express, then there should be no extra fees. There really shouldn't be, because if I'm paying $10 more and getting it in the same time as a regular, then I should honestly I should be getting a $10 gift card or a refund of $10, because why am I paying $10 more for the same as a standard request? It really bugs me. I mean, yeah, I get it. They're doing paperwork from China and having it couriered overseas to get here. But if I can get a chest harness rig thing and a head harness rig thing for GoPros and my phone and stuff, if I can have that shipped on the 27th and received on the 30th, and it came from Zhengzhou something, China, then paperwork should take the same amount. I mean, yes, there is processing time, so they got to print it up, they got to get it certified, so that's like a week, and then shipped out. I mean, it really shouldn't take that long. And these companies, they should be vacuum sealing, like anytime a company buys in bulk like this, vehicles, the company should be sending MSOs or MCOs with the vehicles in sealed plastic waterproof bags or slips. That way every one of them comes in, the paperwork is ready, and the companies have it on hand. And that way, when somebody buys one, it's already said and done with, and then they could just ship it from the company. Like, they have a whole thing, like, if we, they do a deal here, it's under the facts. Yeah, titles may take anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks. Upon submission, yada yada yada. Title request to title to be printed with the manufacturer if we don't already have it in our main office. You should be filing for this stuff to get them, because all the vehicles have the VIN number on the outside of the box and all the information. They should be getting them in and then, then they can, charge for it. Because, why have something in your showroom or in your warehouse if you don't have the certificates yourself? It really should be with them at all times. And that's just my personal opinion on it, but, to each their own. But hopefully the paperwork comes in this week. That way I can get out on the road and have some fun. Because you want to see it in action. I want to get it in action. I want to take it up on the trails. I want to take it on Polaris Trail. I want to take it out around the town. I really want to see what it can do. I know the towing hitch is not up to par with what I would want on a vehicle. Like I said in one of my previous videos, what they should have is a slip over shaft for the right side of the axle that bolts to that hub with bearings on the inside, and it come back to support the other side of that hitch, because the hitch is just, it's hollow metal and hollow metal sandwiched together and then tack welded and then welded around the outer edge at the axle shaft, and then it has the ball ring welded on the inside of that hollow metal. That's why it only has a 25-pound tongue weight on it. See, they could bump that tongue weight up to 50 pounds if they had a secondary piece coming off of the opposite side of it. And let's see if I can do this on here for you guys. Here we go. Yeah, see, even here it shows a different style. Where is that? Let's see. There it is. See, this is the style that I have. This is the style that I have. Let's see. See, open link in. Yeah. See, this is what I have. This is the style I have. Where's my drawing tool? Here it is. Here's my drawing tool. Okay, so what they need to do is build a tube that would come around this. This would be the tube, and it would bolt onto these 4 bolts. You got 2 here and 2 here, but you'd have a plate with a hole in it and a tube. Then there would be a bearing here on the inside of the tube and a bearing here on the inside of the tube, so that it supports this. It would support this axle better because you'd have it bolted on here. Then from the tube, you'd have another piece of metal that came out on either side, and on top and bottom, to sandwich this, and it would increase the strength here because you'd be supporting it off to this side here. You'd support it here, brings it around, and all of this support here is added protection, because all of this would be then one solid unit, just as it is on that side. It would double the tongue weight capacity to 50 pounds or so. But you also increase the strength of the axle here so that you don't have that worry of bending or anything like that, because you'd have a solid axle inside of a tube with bearings I mean, yes, it would be more bearings to seal and whatnot, but hell, bearings like that would have what 20,000 miles, and then all you have to do is take off the wheel and the hub and undo 4 bolts, pull that shaft off, pull the bearings out, pop new bearings in, have it so there's a literally just push it in, slap it back on. I mean, that's just an update type idea, but it would work so much better. It would increase the amount that can be done with the vehicle. And I mean, that's just my personal opinion. I might check the fabricating company out in Fort Mojave to see about doing like a bolt-on plate here with a bar that comes over, just for my own, because it would just be a flat bar right here, just a flat piece of steel, and then like a piece of steel coming out, just to give extra support there, because I can't really trust that hollow steel, because it's literally just a piece of steel and a piece of steel, and it's butted together and then tack welded in a couple spots, and it's really flimsy. But it is what it is for the price. But as I've said before, you're not paying for huge difference. Like you're not paying for something like a Polaris or anything like that. I mean, look at this. This one here has two sides. You have this here and this here. See, this is a 4-brake setup. This one has 4 brakes. You've got a brake caliper here and a brake caliper here. So there is a secondary kit for this somewhere where it's completely different. See, the Camo has 3 brakes, 2 front and 1 rear. See, Red has 4 brakes, and the exhaust is different too. The Camo one, the exhaust fault goes straight down. See, goes straight down. The Red comes straight out, has 4 brakes. Even the blue quad brake setup. See. Yeah, it looks like the black is the same way. So the only one that is completely different than the others is the Camo. Everything else, black, red, and blue. Yeah, red, blue, and black are all identical. The Camo has its own separate deal. Interesting. But yeah, still waiting on MSO or MCO. Hopefully it comes in. That way I can save $1,400 a year on insurance. A little bit more money in my pocket, a little less worry. But yeah, catch you guys on the next one.